What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Election Analysis 2024. And today we are going to be talking about a very hot topic right now in this 2024 election cycle, and that is Kamala Harris's vice presidential choices, honestly, and what would happen if she were to choose Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania, as her running mate. As some of you saw in my most previous video, I predicted that Pennsylvania would go to Donald Trump by a lean 1 to 3 point margin, and today I will be talking about how Vice President Harris choosing Governor Shapiro as her running mate could affect the 2024 election as a whole and in the state of Pennsylvania. So let's begin by looking at where the race in Pennsylvania stands today. The old polls of Donald Trump versus President Biden showed Donald Trump with a pretty steady, small but steady lead that grew after the debate and even grew up to a 4.4 point lead by July 21st. This means nothing. We are in a different election now that Kamala Harris will be running against Trump. So what does that mean? Well, Kamala Harris isn't favored in Pennsylvania, but she's more favored than Biden was. You'll see here where Trump averaged a 3 to 4 point lead here as it came to late July. Kamala Harris in these polls does pretty well compared to Joe Biden. She is relatively even and statistically tied in the state of Pennsylvania. In my prediction, I said Pennsylvania with the current situation, with the past, how the polls are showing, and basically just where I think it's going to be, that Pennsylvania would be a lean state. Could Josh Shapiro affect that? Well, let's dive deeper into the numbers. You look at Pennsylvania in 2020, where Joe Biden won by 1.2%. And you look at the turnout in Philadelphia County, in Allegheny County, in Montgomery County, and you just see numbers that are what a Democrat needs in order to win the state of Pennsylvania. He turned out the voters he needed to turn out and made such large margins that Donald Trump's rural appeal could not match up. And you might think, as a Democrat, this is a pretty good Pennsylvania. Joe Biden did what he had to do in 2020. And this is Josh Shapiro's 2022 governor election results. He won the state of Pennsylvania by 15 points, just under 800,000 votes. He won the state of Pennsylvania, and you'll say, wow, that is unbelievable, and it is. You look at Philadelphia County, he pulled 86% of the vote. Joe Biden carried 82% of the vote in Philadelphia County. Phenomenal numbers by Biden, but Josh Shapiro just has bigger urban appeal. He is highly approved of in the state, as you'll see here, where 54% of voters believe Shapiro has done a good job as governor. And you'll see overall 49% of Pennsylvanians approve of Shapiro, while 31% disapprove. That is a net positive of 18% for Josh Shapiro. He is someone who, whether people like it or not, is well liked in the state of Pennsylvania. What does this mean for Kamala Harris when she chooses her vice president pick? Well, as we know, vice presidential picks do not affect the ticket as much as we think. Maybe in their home state, they might affect it by a point or two if they're really popular or really unpopular. And what you see here in a state of Pennsylvania, which I projected to be a 1 to 3 point margin, which the polls show to be a really tight race, yes, Josh Shapiro can 100% affect this race, and he can 100% make this state go from tilt to lean Republican to tilt to lean Democrat. Yes, it could only be a 1 to 3 point swing to the left, but in the state of Pennsylvania, in what could be the most influential 19 electoral votes, this swing could be everything. Kamala Harris needs, keyword needs, the state of Pennsylvania if she wants to become the next president of the United States. Donald Trump does not need Pennsylvania. He does really want it, and if he gets it, he's pretty much guaranteed the presidency. but Kamala Harris cannot win without it. So, as of today, if Kamala Harris does choose Josh Shapiro to be her running mate, I do see a path where Josh Shapiro can influence in these urban areas, turn out voters, reinvigorate the enthusiasm in Pennsylvania for the Democratic Party, and he could influence this election in the state of Pennsylvania to flip it to a Democratic state, which could influence the entire election if it comes down to these small margins. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and leave a comment on what you would like to see next, and I'll make sure to see you guys in the next one. Peace.